Hey folks, this is David Smith at Correctional Officer Lifestyle. This video is going to take a more somber tone. This video, as you're going into your weekend, is about domestic violence. The signs and warnings of domestic violence. Okay? Sometimes spotting the victim of domestic violence is near impossible. When my wife's friend killed herself to get out of an abusive relationship, there were no signs. Had there been signs, her grandmother, her mother, her sister, her brother, my wife, would have put her somewhere where that idiot couldn't find her. That would have happened. There were no signs. There were no signs whatsoever. And this dude had the gall to show up to her funeral. I'll leave that as it may. But you, as a staff member inside a correctional facility, are with the same people almost every day. And if you see them radically change, that's a warning. If you see a subtle change, that could be a sign. Do you love them enough to ask them what's going on? Do you love them enough to see if they're okay? I do. When you're talking about I am my brother's sister's keeper, I am my brother's keeper, I am my sister's keeper. When you're talking about that, you're talking about taking care of them on the job and off the job. If you know something's not right, you owe it to that person to love them enough to find out what it is. Okay? If you've never seen a suicide from a domestic violence relationship, that'll stay with you. I had never met this woman that my wife was friends with. I had never seen her before. I'd never met her. I know she loved to hunt turkeys. I know she loved to turkey hunt. I know she drove a Jeep. That's pretty much all I know about her. But she took her own life to get out of an abusive relationship. So yeah. You hang out with these people at least 8.5 hours a day, 8 hours a day, 12 hours a day, 16 hours a day, whatever it is you work. Okay? You're with these people for that amount of time. I would like for everybody to be open enough that if somebody is having a problem, they could feel safe enough to call you and tell you that they're having a problem. But if they don't feel safe enough to call you and tell you they're having a problem and you know something's wrong, love them enough to intervene. Love them enough to help them. I say this at the end of almost all of my videos. The domestic violence hotline is 1-800-799-SAFE. 1-800-799-7233. Now, I've talked enough about the victims. Let's talk about the aggressor. Our business, when you are around the negativity that you're around, as long as you're around it, and as pervasive as it is, I refer to it as the evil behind the gate. Okay? It's not one inmate. It's not all. It is a feeling. It's almost like pea soup. It's so thick. And it surrounds you from the time you get to work to the time you leave. Don't think you can walk out of that unscathed, because you can't. I'm here to tell you that right now. You can't. Correctional officers have seriously high suicide rates. Correctional officers have seriously, critically high divorce rates. Okay? If you if you know somebody that has signs of inching into that direction, do you love them enough to stop them? Don't be afraid of them. Help them. Help them. I can't talk seriously enough about this subject. This subject is very near and dear to my heart. And as correctional officers, we need to be our brother's keeper. And we need to be our sister's keeper. And if that means sitting a knucklehead down and telling him the route he's going is wrong, and it's going to get him hurt, it's going to get him thrown into jail, it's going to take his career, it's going to take his family, it's going to take his freedom, then I love that person enough to do that. And I would sincerely hope that you do too. Because there is no place in this world for domestic violence. I am certain that Sharia law would have some people believe different. And everybody knows I don't jump into politics. But Sharia law states that you can beat your wife so long as you don't use a stick any bigger around than your thumb. There is no place for that in this world. If you know what's going on, help the people involved. Whether they're a victim or an aggressor, help the people involved. And by God, if you're starting to go down that path, there is help for you. Admit first that you need it. And then go to somebody that you know loves you and tell them I need help. They'll help you. I guarantee I will. This is David Smith, Correctional Officer Lifestyle. I'll see you guys in the next video.